Impudent! Meghan has blatantly fabricated. Revealed by South African actor. Meghan loses to a South African actress for her blatant fabrication regarding Nelson Mandela. A renowned actor and close friend of Nelson Mandela told us he was baffled by Meghan Markle's claim that his nation had rejoiced when she married Harry. He also admitted he had never met her, despite claiming to be the only South African cast member in the most recent Disney remake of The Lion King. Dr. John Connie thinks Meghan has committed a faux pas after she claimed in a U.S. magazine interview that her 2018 royal wedding caused celebrations in South Africa that were similar to the liberation of his comrade Mandela, the illustrious anti-apartheid leader, that he had been imprisoned for 27 years. Nobody would have known when, where, or how she got married, he claimed. We had no connection to the ceremony or to her marrying Harry in South Africa, insisting that the marriage of Harry and Meghan was no huge thing in his nation, the actor added. I cannot even tell you now what month she married or what year. Oh, that's so funny. The talented actor John Connie is also a knowledgeable and charming man. It seems that nothing Meghan says can be trusted. She should have her title withdrawn immediately before she may further harm the monarchy's prestige, as her status as a duchess creates a horrible impression of the royal family. You cannot believe another tale coming from the House of Sussex. Seriously, this is starting to look bad. Does she not realize that people will verify her claims, or does she not give a damn? It's incredible how many people have to publicly admit the truth. A few days before their wedding, the Archbishop of Canterbury even had to publicly admit that he had never married them. She'll inevitably stop making sense, right? Before publishing, any reputable journalist should at the very least verify the more blatant fictions. It might be popular right now, but it will quickly become dated. The royal family might not publicly respond, but many others will. This Mandela comment is irrational and disrespectful, demonstrating a complete ignorance of current global events. It will turn into a liability. Again, she portrays herself as significant while acting in a mediocre TV show, competing with world leaders who have dedicated their entire lives to preserving their nation's independence. Harry must now realize that this woman will do anything to achieve her goals, regardless of the consequences to the person's family or nation she offends. By the way, your conceit and desperation to surpass Mandela are embarrassing. The connection Harry has to South Africa and that region of the world makes this gaffe even more terrible. In all honesty, William and he also hold a special place for it in our hearts. Even if it were true, I find it incomprehensible how she carries her PR team and the 28 people required to make the podcast believe this one statement was acceptable. Another South African also attacked Meghan, claiming that he was reared in South Africa and has clear memories of the day Nelson Mandela was freed. My buddies and I have gone on the previous night and the cab driver informed us that he was being freed, but we couldn't believe it. I woke up fairly late the following morning and brought some films to the video store in the mall. Across the street, people were packed into the store, spilling out onto the sidewalk outside to watch the televisions over the counter. I'll never forget the first time I saw him. He was very tall and always distinguished. Me as the dust around his feet sparkled in the high-felt sun. I realized what it was like to be standing and watching history being made when people started singing and crying all around me. Meghan Markle's attempt to equate herself to the great Mandela and all the South Africans who watched those events and at last felt free as an insult to their memories not even remotely similar. It is getting harder and harder to believe anything she says. In fact, every time she speaks, she continues to confirm the accuracy of her detractors. Well, Marco makes an effort to come across as some sort of fighter for the underdog. The reality is very different. She has never truly experienced suffering in her entire life, and she's currently doing nothing to assist someone who's actually in need. Instead, she wants to strike deep within our nation because we are actually making ourselves an easy target for the want-to-be like her. There are too many people being brainwashed to remember the true good we did in the world. Man, that will also makes a valid point by pointing out that Harry is no longer able to do his job. It's a horrible shame that he's currently lazing around in California when he might be doing crucial work all over the world. What exactly do they do? This gaffe involving Mandela might be the worst one so far because it provides significant information about how she thinks. Although Meghan talks about giving back, she is unsure exactly what kind of service she's providing. She would have had more of an impact on the royal family, but all she seems to be doing is making things difficult. A bad person, in my opinion. More than ever, her true colors are emerging. Why is the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's passing not mentioned? Instead, why are we always inundated with Meghan-related articles? I am aware that Prince William stated that they wanted to hold this privately, so perhaps that is the reason, but especially today, spare us Meghan and Harry on the pages. It seems like every magazine or organization that uses content from Meghan's interviews ends up with a very bad reputation. No one will want to interview her eventually, but it will take time. Harry and Meghan must shed their notoriety and royal position and relocate to a place like Chile for their private lives. Many Angeles are not at all quiet or private. They like attention, and she married for it. Diana, Princess of Wales, remembered. Meanwhile, I figured I'd gather 2 images from each year as a royal in remembrance of Diana's life and the life she provided to Prince William, who will one day reign. When Lady Diana Spencer married Prince Charles, I was one of the girls who got up early to watch it. I assumed that romance must look like this. How mistaken I was. But as the years went by, I realized that marriage is a dance. If they had wanted to, Diana and Prince Charles could have kept their marriage intact. But the media, phone hacking, and everyday life got in the way. Although no one is perfect, I wanted to honor Diana and her life. She left a lasting legacy despite having only 36 years to live. As much as her 2 sons will mourn for her today, I hope William is aware of how very proud Diana would have been of the man he has become. Diana would have cherished Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, and I believe she would have liked Catherine very much. Let's reflect on the past and kindly recall this legendary woman. I would have preferred more time years that would span right up to the present, but all we have are magnificent pictures of a loving spirit today. Only positive words. Today's only nice recollections. You too, do you have any opinions regarding the royal family? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below so that we can discuss them.